What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. Today we're going to focus in on what the Carolina Hurricanes should do with the 8th overall pick in the NHL entry draft this upcoming weekend. Carolina kind of hit or miss every year, and this was one of the misses, having the 8th overall pick and, really being at a crossroads with that franchise and what you do. I got a ton of great young players, but a ton of veteran players that can play, and, do you really, do you compete or do you try to build young players, develop young players, and it's kind of a tough call. They're in on the Rick Nash sweepstakes. I'll do another piece on that, but right now, hypothetically, if they hold on to the pick, I'm going to take a Radek Faksa, the Kitchener Rangers, big-bodied Czech center. Played North American hockey this year, like I said, with Kitchener in the OHL. 6'2" and 185 pounds, ideal size to complement Eric Staal going forward. That pick also could be moved for Jordan Staal. That's another thing I'll talk about. But, hypothetically, if they keep it, Faksa would be the best man for that job. I think you could really complement, like I said, the young forward core, fit in somewhere between Staal and Sutter, move one of them to the wing or move him to the wing. Long term, I think he needs another year in the OHL. But going forward, I think we get a guy like him, Skinner, Staal, Sutter. Even if they don't make the Rick Nash trade, they're really in good shape. And I think, that's what you need. Carolina. You got a great goalie like Cam Ward. You need players in front of him that can block shots, take hits, and on top of that, score goals and create goals. I think Faksa can do that. Like I said, Rutherford is going to roll the dice this offseason. I'll tell you, it's 80% Carolina's leaving this offseason with either Suter, Parise, Jordan Staal, or Rick Nash. Probably 85%. They're getting one of those four. They're getting a big-name guy in Carolina. They want to compete. They know how awesome it was to win the Stanley Cup 6 years ago. They've fallen on some hard times since, and they want to get back there. They've only made the playoffs once since, and they knocked the Bruins out to get there to the conference finals. But let's do it. I think that's the mantra. Is okay. We got a good young team. Let's bring in some guys that can play and complement these guys. And I think, I don't think Carolina's going to end up selecting with the 8th overall pick. I'm almost willing to bet. I don't bet. I'm not too good at it. I'm not the best gambler in the world. That piece will be moved as part of a combination out of any one of a number of deals. As part of a package to Pittsburgh for Staal. I'd love to see a Staal Brothers United. That'll be another piece. And to Columbus for Rick Nash. I think honestly, Rick Nash and Eric Staal would be a great combo together. But we'll see how it shakes up. I think honestly Carolina's the team that is a few pieces away from competing, and if they're willing to roll the dice and bring in those pieces, I think they can compete as soon as next year. The Southeast Division's wide open. Washington ain't what they used to be. Florida just won it this year, and they weren't the best team in the world, even though they got a lot of up and coming talent. Tampa Bay is hit or miss. I'll tell you, Stamkos' shot's always a hit. But they're in a pretty good spot. If they want to bring in the pieces and help compete, they can be a cup contender next year, or win the division and make a playoff run. When you got Cam Ward between the pipes, if you're in the playoffs, you're always a contender. That guy's money come the postseason. But that's all I got in this episode of the Power Play of CJ on what the Carolina Hurricanes should do with the 8th overall pick in the 2012 NHL entry draft. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the offseason and beyond. Later, guys.